If I were to ask you the question, if you have become a victim of your trading strategy, you probably look at me and think I'm slightly nuts. A fact though is that society, as we know it, and as most of us have been brought up in, is set up to encourage the victim in us. The one thing the victim does is that the victim believes that it is at the mercy of outside circumstances. So, in a way, not dissimilar to the fear issues, which I have discussed in several other videos. The victim is an aspect, I could almost say, of fear. So, because whenever we feel we are not in control, which means A, we are a victim, and B, it means fear, which incidentally is also closely then followed by anger. So we have a little bit of a emotional a triangle here when the mind falls into the illusion, which is always at the root cause of it, that it takes the emotions it's experiencing for real. This, of course, has to do with our conditioning, and the victim attitude is very much part of our conditioning, stemming from the idea that we have limited resources, that we are at the mercy of our outside circumstances, ergo are not able to take responsibility for ourselves. In fact, it has to be said, if we are asked to take responsibility for ourselves, well, it's very often actually met with anger. So alien is the idea to most of us. And yet in trading, well, I hardly need to point out to you, if you are playing the victim and you are blaming the next Fed announcement, your broker, the market makers, for your demise, well, you're never ever going to make the grade to consistently successful trading. And even if you do, it's always going to be very hard work because you are in this emotional loop from which you absolutely must free yourself at all cost. Because it's not going to do your trading any good, and it certainly is not going to do your overall well-being any good. And ultimately, in order to trade well, you need to be in a positive mind frame, and that positive set of mind comes about really by understanding our reality for what it is, and that means understanding your emotions for what they are. I am not asking you, and I want to make this absolutely, absolutely clear here, I am not asking you not to have emotions or even ignore your emotions. Those two things are absolutely fatal, and you must never ever do this. Rather, I am asking you to become present to them and differentiate between that part of the emotion which is true to you, has something to tell you, can guide you into better trading habits, and that part of you which is simply a reflex reaction, or I might also say a pattern, a habit, which stems from your conditioning. And your conditioning starts at birth, but actually it also goes beyond it, way, way back through your generation, through generations on the maternal and paternal side. It is, in fact, I don't want to go too deep into this right now, but is actually multidimensional stuff. If you're interested in hearing a little bit more on how the multidimensional aspect plays into our habitual trading habits, particularly those which are not serving us, please leave me a comment in the comment box at the bottom of this video. And if I get encouraged by many of you wanting to hear about it, I'll certainly do a video about this. Anyway, to sum it all up, victimhood is basically a learned attitude, like all the patterns which create us problems in our trading. It is absolutely important, vital, that you learn the techniques to recognize how you are doing victimhood. And one of those techniques is, of course, becoming the observer of everything you do and everything you think, because everything, of course, starts, with the mind. So, and then the next step is recognizing it for the BS belief system it is. And once you can integrate this fully and completely, meditation will help you, self-knowledge will help you to do this, and various other tools, which, by the way, you find on my website, thebuddhisttrader.com. You will be able to disconnect and decode your brain, literally decode your brain from these old behavioral patterns of thought, feelings, and emotions. And let me say again, it is absolutely vital that we do not suppress our emotions and our feelings or our thoughts. Ultimately, you can't do either of those things. Rather, it is about becoming present to them in a calm observer mode, rather like watching a film or a theater play where you know it's not real. It can't affect you. It has no bearing on your lifestyle and what you are going to do later on in the evening after you watch the film or the theater play. The same is true for your emotions. And when you are playing to your emotions, which is basically what the victim does. It indulges in their emotions, unwittingly, of course. They are then creating their own trading reality. And I've said it before, issues like stopping yourself out, too tight stops, an inability to hold on to positions, excessive position sizing, all those things are signs that you are making yourself a victim rather than being in control of your environment. So I invite you to, first of all, please also read the article if you're watching the video as part of my article. Um, and if not, please read the piece which I have left at the bottom of this video, and visit my website, which is thebuddhisttrader.com. And I look forward to engaging with you again soon. Thank you for watching this video.